have Catherine and Jack. Hello, Cindy. Hi, Carrie. Good to see you again. Hi, Marge. Hello, Felipa. Welcome, everyone. My name is Kelsey. So happy to have you here today. We are going to see the most beautiful castle at sunset. Hello, Carrie. Hi, Amelia. For those of you who came to the parade, what did you think? So cool, isn't it? Oh my goodness, I have to say it took me about 30 minutes to actually get around all of the crowds. Hi, Donna. I know, Carrie, was that so cool? Welcome, everyone. So for those of you who are new to Hago, let me be the first to welcome you. You can see all of the comments popping up there. That's how you let me know, hey, we can't see you, we can't hear you. What's that weird guy doing behind you? Anything like that, more than welcome. And then you also have the location button. I did turn it back on, but apparently it did not register. So let me post some maps for you. Okay. Here is our map of Europe, and you can see Spain in the lower left-hand corner there in the green. And then you also have the map of Spain itself. And you can see Valencia is over on the east coast. We are about 2 hours from Madrid and 2 hours from Barcelona. The guy is, I think, she popped up in the middle of the tour. Oh, interesting. Hi, Deborah. Welcome, Luz. Good to see you. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, NC. Welcome back. Welcome, everyone. And you can hear the clock tower. That is very odd, Carrie. And then you also have the postcard option, which is where you take pictures literally from my camera. So in terms of, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kelsey. I am originally from Chicago, and my husband and I moved here to Valencia in February. We're loving it. It's beautiful. This is the third biggest city in Spain, so it's very nice to have a big city area with a small city feel and small city prices, at least for my American bank account anyway. Locals have something else to say about the prices, but we'll go into that more in a different tour. So let's go ahead and flip this around. You have seen enough of me, but let me show you where we are headed. So today we are headed to the Torres de Serranos, which is the Serranos Tower. It is the biggest and most famous tower in Valencia, in all of the Valencian region for that matter. It is absolutely beautiful. This is the main road headed to the Torres de Serranos, and you can see it is called Carrer dels Serranos. Here is the little sign. Of course, it's all covered up by little stickers now at this point, but it just says Carrer dels Serrans. And this is our main street to the Torres de Serranos. Welcome, Colleen. Hi, Dee. Good to see you. And for those of you wondering, why, yes, this is a pedestrian road. Why is that taxi there? We don't know. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Louise. Or Louis, I'm sorry. Welcome. So this is the main street leading to the Torres de Serranos. And this street actually has a long history. First, this building right here was the very first gym we ever had in Valencia. It is now no longer a gym, as you can see. But I did want to show you, before we get to our tower, I did want to show you some cool things about Valencia. First of all, these drain pipes, a lot of them have little faces on them. Hi, Kaki. Hi, Robert. Hi, Annette. Good to see you. Hi, Bill. Bill, this is a live tour. In case you're wondering, Bill left me a review going, why would I want to watch a video on a video? Yes, this is a live tour. There will be some other virtual recaps. So in case you're wondering, Bill, the reason I do the virtual recaps is because a lot of people aren't able to attend all of my tours. So people from, say, Australia, for example, go, that is just, oh, for all you fashionistas, here's a cool dress. People who are from Australia, they go, well, I don't have, I'm sleeping during that tour. Can you do it again? And I say, no, but I can show you a video recap. And people get very excited. So anyway, I always put on the information though when it is a video recap. So don't worry, it will never be a surprise virtual recap. Yes, so someone asked how long I've been living here. We have been here since February of this year, and and I did want to show you. I do a street art tour. I haven't done one in a while, but I did want to show you. This is the most popular street artist here in Valencia. His name is Davide de Limone. Davide de Limone. And he makes these sort of ninja-like figures that basically the difference between street art and graffiti is that street art is signed, or they have a signature. They have a consistent theme. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Marie. Hi, Sue. So they have a consistent theme. So his theme is he draws these sort of, I call them jelly bean heads, because apparently he has said that they are not supposed to be ninjas, but to me and everybody else, they look like ninjas. But I will call them jelly bean heads. You can tell how they are feeling about the thing that they are on by the little symbol in the middle of their chest here. So this one is apparently having a nice time. But the reason that they're sort of sneaky looking characters, let's go vertical, 3, 2, 1, is because he is making a statement about how street artists are often given a bad rap due to graffiti. And graffiti, as we all know, is something nobody likes. It's usually not very pretty. It's not very enjoyable to look at. Let's go back, 3, 2, 1. Whereas street, oh, there we go. Whereas street art is commissioned, and often the artists are they have planned what they're going to draw. The art piece was asked for. Oh yeah, you can see some dogs that are playing over here, having a very good time. Valencians love their dogs. About 60% of Valencians have either a cat or a dog, and 40% of those people have more than one. So we feel right at home with our 2 cats that we brought along with us. Did I ever solve the alien pop-up street art? Oh, I haven't yet, Annette, but I have seen more alien street art pop up. So I would love to meet someone who knows why the aliens have been popping up. If I see one on this street, I will show you. So it's a little bit in the sunshine right now, but as we get closer, you'll see it. You can see the big gate up ahead of us. That is our Torres de Serranos. This is our main activity, our main highlight of the evening. This is the most beautiful and biggest castle gate of Valencia, the whole Valencian province. Ooh, for those of you who know that I am such a foodie, let me show you the food that is next to this. These are actually quite expensive for what we normally have here. Looks like about $2.50 for these, $1.50 for these. €2, €2. That's actually quite expensive for here, but it's probably delicious. All right, so the Torres de Serranos, it was not built as just a regular castle, as if there ever was such a thing. It was part of the wall that was built in the 1100s. The wall had 12 towers, and then one was knocked down, then it had 11, then it eventually had 10 towers. I do have a picture of one of the older towers that is no longer here, But there is this tower, so we're looking at the back of it now, and we are going to go around and see the front of it, which is really, really beautiful. But the other tower that is here is Torres de Quart, which looks like this. And the picture that I just posted is sort of the quote boring one to give you an idea as to what the front of this castle here looks like. So the Serranos gate, this is one of the original 12 gates that formed the city wall. It was the Christian wall back in the, this gate itself was built at the end of the 14th century. It was built in 1392. It took about 6 years to complete. And the name Torres de Serranos probably comes from the fact that it is on the sort of northeast area of the old city. My husband and I live in the old city center, just about 10 minutes from here. So we live about 10 minutes from here and about 5 minutes from the other castle. So when people say, "Oh, are you in a good location in Valencia?" we say, "Yeah, we're about 10 minutes from 2 towers." And people go, "What?" So, oh, so cool, Annette. Oh, that is awesome. Oh yeah, Annette, you've been doing so well. I can't wait to watch your tours. So the name is due to it being sort of on this northeast area of the city, and it does connect to the Royal Road, which just so happens to be the road that we walked on here. So let me just show you. Of course, there's a guy on a bike. He's not on the Royal Road. This is the Royal Road. And I do have a funny story about this Royal Road. So the population of Valencia is very old. Spain has the third longest life expectancy in the world. People here live up until about 83 and a half, as compared to Italy, which is 83 and 3/4, and Japan, which is 84. But so in Spain, we have a lot of, and I say this with love and affection, we have a lot of little old ladies. And we also have a lot of people who don't really follow the street rules. This is not a street, in case you're wondering. But they're all going to turn. Yep, there we go. That is not a street. That is a sidewalk. Okay, anyway. So at one point, yeah, I know people. People are something. But at one point, I was walking, probably to do a tour actually, along this street. And there was a woman walking in the very middle of it. Here you can see where the water kind of goes here. And there were cars behind her. Of course, this is a pedestrian area, but like cars do come up on this area section. Usually they're taxis, and the car behind her like beeped a little bit, just like beep beep, just to like let her know that they were there, and can you please move over. She drops her fan because it's like 1,000 degrees here the whole time, right? She drops her fan, and as she picks it up, she has her middle finger up at the driver and just stares at him. Middle finger out and about, right in his face, just staring, holding the middle finger gaze. Yeah, oh, Carrie, she walked so slowly. It was hilarious. I actually got a video of her, not with the middle finger, but I got a video of her walking with like 4 cars behind her. And like, for those of you who came to the parade, Valencians are actually very patient. These drivers, I mean, they drove on this road at a quarter of 1 mile per hour for probably 10 minutes. And oh my goodness, it was quite something. So anyway, this is the Royal Road. Why is it called the Royal Road? It is because eventually, as you are walking on this road, you eventually will get to other big cities. So Zaragoza, you will get to Barcelona. When you take a left, you will eventually get to Madrid. This tower was originally built in 1392. Ooh, so yeah, for those of you who came to the parade and you're wondering about security, let me just zoom in on all of the security that is currently surrounding the city. So there's no lack of security here right now. It's just they just don't do it right into the parade. And for those of you asking about what happened to the dresses during the parade, I never saw them. I don't know if they changed it, or but they were in the advertisement. So very sad for us, but that's okay. I will do some more tours where we will see them. So yes, this tower is right on the entrance to the Royal Road, mainly heading to Barcelona. And this is when people would come here from other cities. This is the main gate that they would walk through. So now these doors are closed, right? These huge, huge doors are closed, but or are open rather. But back in the day, they were all closed. You had to go through, no joke, you had to go through this little tiny portal. This is a normal slash small door. That look at the guy compared to the door. That is a small door. That is the door you'd have to come through if you wanted to come to Valencia. So for all of you tall folks, my dad is 6'6". I don't think he'd be able to even get through it crouching. He'd have to crawl through it. Oh my goodness. So yes, this is one of the original 12 gates, and actually let me show you what it looked like when it was attached to the city wall. These pictures or drawings, I guess, were done in 1860. Quite beautiful. I will just show you again the door. So hilarious. So eventually in 1865, it was this castle and one other castle that was still remaining. All of the other castles had been torn down as the city was getting bigger. Any ideas why they might have kept these two castles, Torres de Quart and Torres de Serranos? Why might they have kept these two? Well, let me tell you, there was something going on in these castles that would have been a very big pain in the you know what to have to move. So, Carla, this is about 600 years old. It was built in 1392. And yes, Carrie, it was a jail. So, back in the 1850s, the House of the People, aka the jail, burned down. And it was sort of a noble jail. Like it was people, it wasn't just people who had, stolen an apple. This was people who had committed major fraud. This was more like a prison, right? And they thought, what are we going to do with all these people? I know it's very pretty for a jail, isn't it? They thought, what are we going to do with all these people? And they said, well, for now, let's just put them in the Torres de Serranos and the Torres de Quart, because those are the two that were mainly connected to the jail, like on the main road, if you will. So they marched half of them here and half of them west toward Torres de Quart. It's only about 15 minutes walk, so it's very, very close. We are having a holiday today, which is why we have the flag of Valencia right here. The flag of Valencia is different than the flag of Spain. This is what the flag of Valencia looks like. I actually just took this picture as I was walking. So it is just posted there. And also, for those of you wondering sort of the different areas of Spain, here is a cute little illustrated map I found. I thought it was adorable. And here is a picture of the old wall that used to be here that, of course, was torn down, but just so you kind of know what it looks like. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't anything to be too excited about, but it was quite functional. So eventually they tore the wall down, including all of the other 10 towers, or at that point, 8 towers. This even had a moat. Isn't that crazy? But these 2 towers they did keep because they were jails. I did actually climb this tower with all of you. So let me just post some pictures as to what we saw from the very top. You can click on the images there, and then let me just show you the picture of what we see from above. This is what we see from the below section. And also you see the church right ahead of us there. That church is one of the original 10 churches of Valencia. There are a lot of them, so 10 is actually quite a small number, and it was built in 1239. But it's the St. Bartholomew Church, and you can see how the top part of it is a little bit different. So the top part is original. That is originally from the 1239-ish area or time period. And the bottom, actually the bottom is original too. The middle is what they had to sort of redo due to a fire in the 1500s. It burned the middle section of this bell tower. It was the bell tower of the church, and they had to remove the top section. So you can see the top section is in great shape, but the bottom section, that you can even see the sort of like darker areas here, those were areas that were affected by the flames back in the 1500s. I know, isn't that crazy? So that is what we see in the pictures from above. Okay, so when I climbed it, I didn't count how many steps, but I have to tell you, it is just slightly shorter than the bell tower of Valencia, El Maclete. So that bell tower has 207 steps. So my guess is this one has about 200. Is that where you are going for sunset? So, Laura, what I'm actually going to do is tell you a couple tidbits more about the history, and then I'm going to turn around because the view from behind me right now is just stunning. So what we're looking at right here, this is the Turia. And the Turia is basically I'll show you over the gate. This is a bridge, the Serranos bridge. But over the walls here used to be a huge river, the Turia River. Let me see if I have a picture. I don't have a picture of the river normally, but in 1957 they had the 75th flood in recorded history, and this is what it looked like. The water that you see, that bridge, is the bridge we're looking at right now. So let me just show you how high this water was. Isn't this stunning? First of all, this bridge is from the 1500s, so also very beautiful. But after this 75th flood in recorded Valencian history, to answer your question, Robert, there is a high-speed train in Valencia. It'll get you to Madrid in about 2 hours, or about an hour and a half. It's very expensive, though. So here is the bridge, and as you see in the pictures, the water was very, very high. So this set the city officials sort of scrambling, going, what on earth are we going to do? The water is only rising at this point. We don't know how to make the city safe for people. So much so, like, let me show you a picture of, this is a street similar to the one that I live on. Okay, so it's quite scary to see the water coming up to the second section of the building and people on actual canoes in the middle of the city. Florida, yes, Erica. My parents are in Tampa, so they actually evacuated during Hurricane Ian. They had just missed them, thank goodness. Not that it's great for Fort Myers, but I I am glad that my parents are okay. Um, I know it does look very similar to Florida right now. Well, something they did here, as you can see, there is no water here anymore. They literally moved the river. They rerouted the river. They went up to a couple of the architects and they said, or the city architects, and they said, is there any way that we can literally move the river? And the guy said, excuse me? I'm just zooming in on some sunflowers. The guy said, excuse me, you want to what now? And they said, yeah, we would like to move the river. And the city official said, I'm going to need to have a nap before I think about that. So he went home for siesta, came back, and said, all right, we can do this. It is going to take about 10 years to do it. So, starting in the mid 1960s, they moved the river. So, I have to tell you also, the river already was split into two sections way, way, way back when. And that second section had sort of dried up. So, what they did, they literally moved the river back to that second section that had previously had the other half of the water. So then, I know I would have too, Carrie. That would have been such a hilarious conversation. The guy from the city official going, "What now?" Can you imagine? But as you can see, they did turn it into a park. So in 1976, they finally said, "Okay, the water has all been moved. We've got a dam in place. There is no water coming anywhere near the city now. We do have a port, so obviously that is how we are going to continue the maritime trade situation, but we don't have to worry about the water flooding the city." So the the city officials said, "Oh, perfect. Let's open a highway." And as you know, Spanish people are very relaxed about things. They go, oh, whatever happens, happens. Oh, you want to close halfway through the day for nap time? Yeah, let's do it. No problem. They were not relaxed about this highway. They opened the highway for about 2 weeks, and the Valencians started protesting. They said, we do not want this highway here. You need to move it. You need to get rid of it. We don't like highways in our city. And so, finally, with enough Spaniards protesting, they did. They finally said, okay, we're going to do something else with the Turia. We're going to add in a park. And so that is why you can see all of the really beautiful palm trees and benches. And there are dog parks here. There are tennis courts. There are different sports event areas and bike paths. Also, something interesting, a friend of ours has a dog. I mean, everybody here has a dog, but a friend of ours has a dog. And we went to walk the little doggy with them. And they let their doggy off the leash. Now, dogs here are extremely well trained for the most part. If the owner says stop, or whatever they say to make the dog stop, the dog will actually stop, even if it's far away. A lot of the dogs in the park, though, the park is sort of where they let loose. So they don't really listen to their owners in the park. So the policemen patrol the Turia or this section here in order to make sure that not that there's no crime happening. They presume that there will be no crime happening. They patrol this area to make sure that the dogs are on leashes. And the owners, they all hang out in big groups, to go, oh, hi, hi, other person with a dog, how's it going? They let the dogs play together or whatever. But there's always a lookout person. So yes, somebody is on dog policeman duty. And if the guy comes back with his dog on a leash, I mean, the whole park just scrambles. Doggy, come here, Chico, come here, Frank, come here. You know, whatever the dog's name is, and the dogs are kind of like, oh, this is no fun, you know. But they do, and anyway, it was like drama at the dog park. So that was very fun. A little other interesting history for you. This right here, this building with the blue, this is a church now, but this used to be one of the original mosques in the city back in the 1500s. There were three of them. I just did a Jewish heritage tour, so I know things that I did not know before. I'm so excited to be able to share them with you. But basically, this mosque was destroyed in the 1500s, as well as the other two mosques that were here as well. Yes, so dog duty is a good time in the park here. Oh, okay. It is happening. Let me go ahead and show you the most beautiful castle. I wanted to wait for just a little bit to get the sun down, ever so much, just a little tiny bit. So let me show you. This is our Torres de Serranos. This is the main gate of the city center. And now let me tell you what happens here. So in February, you all know of the Fias Festival that I always talk about. It is a huge sort of out with the old, in with the new festival. And there are, let me show you. So remember the back section of this, there are all of these floats they're stationary floats that people erect in 700 different locations in the city. So they're everywhere. They're in the city center. There are little tiny ones that are in the museums, and these are meant to burn. So in order to start off the Fias celebration, there is a girl who is called the First Lady of Fias. And this was the First Lady of Fias last year. I just posted a couple pictures of her. Isn't she beautiful? She's 24. It's always some young, gorgeous woman, you know, like who's like just in her 20s something, just looking beautiful, always very intelligent, very well put together. So she is the First Lady of Fias. And so what she does on March 1st, because that is when the activities commence, she stands up on this balcony way up here. You see the little door? She stands up on this door, and she has the beautiful dress on. You see the pretty lace veil, and she says, "Let the fires begin." And that is when all of these fireworks go off. This is what it looked like this year. I just posted a picture. It literally says Fias 2022. So you can see all of the fireworks that happen and all of the crowds. There are thousands of people that come to this. Everybody's got their agua de Valencia, their sort of mimosa, but with more alcohol. They've all got their beer. They're walking around. A lot of people don't have shirts on. Even if it's cold, they don't care. This is Spain, darn it. We're going to not wear shirts. I mean, there's no nudity law here, so they do what they want. So she stands up on the deck there and she says, "Let the fires begin!" And that is when all of the fireworks go off here. Really, really beautiful. And that starts a celebration of 19 days here in Valencia, where it is just a party at all times of day and night. The fireworks go off for about an hour. Now, I'm not talking a couple fireworks every now and then. I'm talking, it looks like a waterfall of fireworks above the castle here. And I mean, it's just stunning. And so as I said, we live about 10 minutes from here. The fireworks went off for about 45 minutes straight, just constant. And that was just the beginning of the fireworks. There are so many fireworks. They happen all day and all night. And that's when the marching bands come into play. And they're marching and marching all day long until 3 in the morning. Then there's more fireworks. It is quite the event here. Yeah, Robert, that's a really interesting point about the animals. About 40% of Valencia leaves the city during this situation. They go, this is too much for us. This is too much for our pets. We don't want anything to do with this. So about 40% of people leave. Our cats, so we have an 18-year-old boy and a 5-year-old girl, and the little boy, he can't hear anything. A hurricane could go off and he would go, yes, that's nice, where's my snacks? But the little girl, she had a pretty hard time, I do have to say. For those of you asking about the tours. Yeah. So for the most part, I tend to hold my gimbal facing a little bit like this, right? So a little bit up. If I were to face it like this, straight down, a lot of times people will walk by and you'll just see, hi, like the little peace sign. People are posing. They're very much watching what I'm doing, because also I'm usually dressed like a fluorescent Christmas tree also, so people want to know what's happening. Who is she? What is she doing? And I have to say, a lot of people are not. Although Valencia does have a huge tourism industry, it is not a big a popular thing here to be walking around with a gimbal. So no, I don't feel unsafe, but I do know, like, look at the folks crossing the street. I do feel like I know people will be watching me as I'm doing the tours. So, got to put on the bright lipstick and the bright earrings, got to dress for the occasion, shall we say. Yeah, there's no way to be incognito in this situation. Um, so yes, that is the story of our Torres de Serranos, and then at the end of those 19 days, they literally burn everything. So all of those 700 statues. Let me go back a little bit and show you a um, a view from farther away. So all of those 700 statues rather are burned between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. This previous year, oh, look at the beautiful clouds. I love this. This previous year, they were supposed to start the burning at 10 o'clock, but there weren't enough firemen on duty, so they had to wait until about 1 a.m. to start the majority of the burnings. I did just want to show you. I know, Carrie, isn't this interesting? I did just want to show you the signs here that say Puente del Serrans and Puente de los Serranos. So this is, where's my finger? This is Spanish. This is Valencian. This is the language of Valencia. If you ask Valencians, they say, no, it is an entirely different language. What are you talking about? If you ask Spanish people, or people who speak Spanish, they will say, yeah, it's a dialect. So I don't speak either language, so I cannot claim one or the other, but I do know that Valencia is one of the 5 sort of other languages you will find here in Spain. Galician and Basque, Catalan. There's one more. Oh, Valencian, and then there's one more that I cannot remember. But again, these are all official languages of Spain, but Spanish is the language that everybody speaks. You usually don't see a lot of Valencian in the city center because there are so many young people and so many so many tourists, just families, right? So only when you get sort of out into the, when you cross this bridge into this sort of section and then out past this, that is when you will see a lot of the language of Valencian. It'll usually be on bus stops and in grocery stores, places that, you know, grandmothers might frequent, if you will. Here's just another view of the sunflower field. In earlier in the summer, all of this, you can see all the sort of dead heads of the sunflowers, but all of this was yellow. It was really beautiful. No, Madison, I turned it back on, but I imagine something happened with the app. I don't know, but I did post a picture of the of Spain and then of Valencia itself. So, or of Spain with Valencia highlighted. So here we're just going to walk one more time toward the tower, and then I will bid you all farewell. Thank you all so much for coming to the sunset at a castle with me. I actually have one more tour this evening, in case you haven't heard me speak enough today. I am doing a virtual recap. Now, be careful, Bill. This is a virtual recap, so I will be at home, but I will be showing you all of my videos that I took while we were in Florence. So in case you would like to see Florence, do tune in for that. Here is the Florence. And then also tomorrow, I am doing another virtual recap for Alberobello. For those of you who like to take postcards, I keep saying this, come to the tour tomorrow. It is incredible. I have the most fantastic videos. As you can see in the picture I just posted, it is like a freaking fairy tale. Absolutely beautiful. So, hola. Again, we're celebrities. Yeah, it is so incredible. So do come to that tomorrow if that interests you. And then also on Tuesday, I will be doing a virtual recap of Basel in Switzerland, which we just saw in September. We were in Strasbourg and Colmar. Oh, thank you so much, Donna. So, and also I'm doing virtual recaps of the Colmar Strasbourg area next weekend as well. So for those of you going, does she do any tours that are live? Yes, I'm always going to be doing live tours. But in the meantime, while I'm not doing live tours, I would be watching these videos anyway. So come to them if you want to hear me talk all about the things that I talked about in the tours. And I'm from watching the tours, you can't tell that it's on a screen. Is there any way to see these videos later if we miss the live, Erica? No, and that is the exact reason why I do the virtual recaps, because if people miss the tours, they go, oh no, I didn't see it. But that is why, even if I'm not going to be in Florence forever, I still go, okay, well, I've got an hour's worth of stunning footage for us to watch, and I'll tell you all the same things. And actually, I enjoy the virtual recaps because I can get us into buildings that I wouldn't normally be able to get us into. So that is the main reason why I do it. And yes, also, thank you, Annette. And also on Instagram, let me show you my Instagram, because, you know, that's the world we live in. On Instagram, I do post a lot of videos and pictures and whatnot. Feel free to follow me. You're also welcome to send me a message if you would like. And I will do my best to get back to you. So thank you all so much for coming. Oh, let me do a selfie for you. Okay, let's turn slowly. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay! That was fun. Thank you all for coming. Hopefully I will see you later this evening for Florence. I know I am so brightly colored dressed. Let's go vertical. 3, 2, 1. Just to give you an idea as to what I'm wearing. This is my big orange floofy dress. I sort of look like a disco ball, but that's okay. I love it. Let's go back. 3, 2, 1. Thank you, Madison. Much appreciated. All right. So hopefully I will see you all later this evening. You don't like that my quite tired journal page. Oh, Annette, you're so cute. I can't wait to see more of your tours. You're an excellent guide. All right, thank you, everyone. I will see you next time. For those of you who are able to tip, thank you ever so much. Every little bit helps. And then also, if you are able to leave a review, if you liked the tour, please let me know what you liked about it. If you didn't like the tour, my name is John, and we're in Poland. I'm just kidding. But if you did like the tour, please let me know what you liked about it. And I look forward to seeing you all soon, hopefully tonight. And if not tonight, then definitely tomorrow for Alberobello. And then in November, I am headed to the French Riviera. So I'm going to Nice and Cannes and Antibes. And then in the end of November and early December, I'm going to Austria, the Czech Republic, and London and Slovakia for all of the Christmas markets. So if you are not following me and you would like to be following me, feel free to follow me for those tours. All right, thank you, everyone. See you next time. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye, Annette. See you soon, everyone. Oh, yes, and I did just hit 2,000 followers. So as a celebration, we're going to do an operatic concert in November. We're actually going to do two of them. I have a Christmas concert and then an opera concert on New Year's Eve. So come to those if you'd like to hear some singing. It's all going to be very fun, very bright. All right, bye, everyone. See you soon.